Hey, my good peoples, coming through to y'all just to have some real, for real talk. We need to stop getting in broken relationships. Broken people must stop dating other broken people. Broken people are no longer just hurting people emotionally, but they are murdering and killing people and taking lives. We need to learn how to find ourselves, our self-worth, and our self-love before we get involved in these relationships that end up in death. On yesterday here in the 757 right down the street from my house, where a dear friend of mine works outside his place of business, where he is a barber. I had spoken with him. He had called me and asked me, did I watch the news? And I'm like, y'all know I don't watch no news like that. And he began to tell me what he had encountered, how he had seen this young woman being murdered. And she cried out for all of them that were outside. Could y'all please help me? Will y'all help me? Will y'all help me? And he was stating how that was such a helpless feeling because he could not do anything, because every time they would go to move, the dude would point the gun in their direction. My thoughts was, well, if someone had a gun, what are Virginia's laws? What would have happened if one of y'all would have been, because they have an open carry license, open carry down here, would have shot this man before he killed her, they would have went to jail? And he said that was, a good question, that someone had asked that question, because they usually are open carry or armed, and that day they just happened not to be, which was yesterday. And he proceeded to kill this girl, walk away, and then turn around and shoot her 2 more times and then go on the run. I'm not sure. I don't want to tell nobody's story. I don't know, but I'm not even from here. But what I have heard is that she recently just had a baby. Her and her family were going to Vegas this morning. It was such a beautiful day yesterday. The sun was shining. It was full of life. And it was beautiful. And look at it today. It's like the city is crying. It's so gloomy and cloudy. Unnecessary bloodshed. I don't know what his problem was. Rumors is she was in her 20s, he was in his 40s. Whatever life crisis, whatever his problem was, it saddens. It saddens my soul. It saddens my spirit. Being a victim of domestic violence, not as an adult in a relationship, but as a child in my mother's marriage, where we both were abused repeatedly on a regular basis. That's just something that I do not smile at or play with. Also, watching my mom basically almost be murdered in front of my face as the man beat her repeatedly and wrapped her long micro braids around his hands as he began to try to drown her in the tub of water. I do not like Coast soap, the smell of it to this day, because of the blood mixed with that scent that came from my mother's face and mouth and head. Anyway, I don't take lightly to any type of violence like that. Anyone that knows me from a young person, I have found myself as them, an onlooker, but I was one to get involved, and me probably would have been the one to get killed, because it does something to my soul. I mean, talking about an indignant anger that comes over my being when I see it. I can't even explain it to you. It's like I transport to another person. I'm not even who I am. I instantly go into fight mode. Not flight, but fight. I even had a gun pulled on me before in a domestic situation. I was 16 years old, and this man was beating the crap out this lady in a hotel room. And one of my childhood friends happened to be with me. We're not friends anymore, but we were then. And we walked, and she said, "Girl, come on." I said, "No, I'm not leaving her. I would not leave that woman. I didn't know that woman." That man pulled a gun on me and said, "I will kill you, little girl, if you don't get out of here." And I said, "Kill me." But I was saying a lot more. But I was like, shoot me. I mean, that was I did not care. You're not You are not going to do this. My girlfriend tried to drag me. I snatched away. Let this woman go. The woman said, will you please go? I'm going to stay. And that, after about 20, 30 minutes of going back and forth with this man, where I could have lost my life, and she said she was going to stay. And I'm like, you're going to stay? Run. Because he had a gun on me, and I'm in the man's face. I'm 16. I'm in the man's face. I'm like, dude, hit me. That's what I'm telling this man with a gun. Good God. Hit me. And I told her, you run, because I'm distracting him. She stayed. She stayed. Broken people are no longer just hurting people. They are murdering people. The way they said that man shot her in her chest, shot her in her head, walked away, came back and shot her 2 more times. That is hatred that has been mistaken for love. That is narcissistic behavior that has now overwhelmed his being, overtaken him, and has caused him to kill the mother of his, I think they said 3-month-old baby. Whatever it is, what kind of love? That's not love, but in their mind, what kind of sadistic love is that? Don't love me. If that's what your love look like, leave me, move around, leave me alone. It is breaking my heart that a young, beautiful, she's a beautiful woman, had to be done in such a cruel way, like she was a raging dog, or somebody that needed to be put to sleep. And it hurts me that all of the people that had to encounter that sight, I can only imagine the helplessness that you have to feel to watch something like that. I'm grateful that was not the day that I was getting my hair cut or my son, because that I could not handle. Mentally, y'all, I can be real about the Mental Health Awareness Month, honey. I already know. To have saw it, to hear it is messing with my soul, my spirit. But to have seen that and watch that baby bleed out, and everybody is watching, and she yelled for help, will forever haunt me. I am praying for everyone that's seen it, because that is psychological. That is very psychological, especially if they have daughters, the men or the women. If you have a baby girl and that cry, it's almost like you want to just take your kids and hide them, but you can't, because they have to experience life. But to experience life in that manner is horrific. It saddens me, and it breaks my heart and my spirit to know that hurting people are now murdering people without a second thought. They did catch him, however, and I'm very grateful. And when I hear how the family came on the scene, and how they hollered and they screamed and they cried out, and how the one sister supposedly said she said he was going to kill her. She said it. Y'all, when somebody is telling you that, quit taking it as a joke. When they be like, girl, he gonna kill me, you need to say, do you mean that literally, or are you just saying like he gonna kill me? Like, what the heck do you mean? Because people could be saying that to brush it off and play it off, because they don't really want to. It's embarrassing when you're in domestic relationships, because they're embarrassed that they're allowing somebody to have that much power over them. And they might say joking stuff, but they 100 about it, and they want you, or hoping that you will read between the lines and between the seams and between the cracks to help abstract them from the situation, because they are not strong enough to remove themselves. You say all the time, why didn't they leave? Why didn't they leave? Why didn't they move? Why didn't they leave? They're not strong enough. They're not strong enough. Physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, they are not strong enough to remove themselves. Or they would. I'm so emotional about this whole thing. I'm so spiritually intertwined with it, because I know. I just know that I pray for that family. I pray for the father of that child's family. The one that took her life. I pray for that baby, because two families that are going to be divided like a Cain and an Abel are going to have to find a way to bridge in the gap for the baby, because the baby is now parentless. No mother, and he gone down. No father. And y'all, look. This is why I post pray for one another. This is why I post there is no coming back from death. That baby is gone. She cannot go to Vegas ever. She can't hold her baby if she was breastfeeding or anything ever. That man still could, though, if someone was to take him to still be involved with his child. But that mother unnecessarily cannot, and it's horrifying and it's horrible, as sick as it is. So the spirit today here is so mundane, because it's like the city is crying. Like, I'm so serious. If y'all would have seen it yesterday, today it's rained, and now it is just so cloudy. Look at the sky. And it happened where you see those clouds just ahead of you. It happened just a little bit over there, like right above the clouds, but coming up this way. It's like right over that place, really over in there, but going up that way was where it happened. And it's so dark today. People have been putting stuff out there all day. You know, she was getting her nails done, trying to live her best life. I don't know the story. I don't know if they were on her out. I don't know if he was jealous because she was going to Vegas. Whatever the reasons, excuses, it's unnecessary. Love me and let me go. Walk away. Brokenness, shattered into pieces. Now he has shattered everybody into pieces. They can't take their trip. They lost their sister, their mother, their daughter, their cousin, their BF, and they cannot even take the trip. They probably lost mad money on the trip because she's gone. Nobody's going. I just don't know what to say, y'all, other than this is why I say be light in love and be the light in somebody else's darkness, because you do not know when your darkness is going to be. Rather your darkness because you had to see something like that. Your darkness is you have to go through something like that. Your darkness is somebody close to you is going through something. Whatever your darkness may be coming up upon us, because it doesn't exempt anybody. We don't know what it's going to be, a bad diagnosis. We don't know, but whatever it is, we don't know. So you be love and light. No, people make it. I know people make it sometimes uncompromisable love. You know, like, dude, I don't want to love you because you're a nut. You're a narcissist case. I get it. But the love and light is mainly for you. They may not ever get it because they're so dark. They're a dark soul. But love and light is for you. It heals you. It keeps the energy around you swirling in positivity and healing and in healthiness. Like, we have to be love and light, because when we leave here, y'all, there are no do-overs. I know that baby. I know whoever went to that nail shop with her. I know everybody wish and is playing in their mind that on looked upon that tragedy. Wish they could have did 1 second of a thing of a different of a way. Something that they could have changed. But we can't. We can't. There are no do-overs. There is no coming back. That man might have came to himself today and said, what did I do, boo? You did it. And there's no coming back. You can't go. It wasn't like y'all got in an argument and y'all broke up. Or maybe one time you slapped her and you slapped her and her face healed. She's gone from existence. We can no longer feel her in this form anymore. Okay? It's real, people. And I'm praying for everybody involved that's seen it, that's a part of it, that's related. And remember, I'm always praying for you, boo. Always. Just keep holding on. Keep being light and love in somebody else's darkness. And broken people, please date no more broken people. We've gone past hurting to murdering. I had to have real talk. Tragedy, a commonplace. Kinds of diseases, people are slipping away. Muggers and robbers and killers, no place seems to be safe. But the Holy One has been our protection every step of the way. All I can say is thank you, Holy One. For all you do for me and everyone attached to me. Respectfully,